Junto Nakatani doesn't make noise, he makes statements. Tall for his division. Southpaw. Silent. Sharp. In a weight class known for speed, he brings violence with precision. Long reach, sniper jab, and a left hand that slices like a razor. He doesn't dance around danger. He walks straight through it, cold and calculated. Undefeated. Unshaken. Unstoppable. From flyweight to super flyweight to bantamweight, Nakatani didn't just climb, he conquered. WBO world titles in 2 divisions. Now, with the WBC and IBF belts draped over his shoulders, he's not chasing greatness, he's defining it. Outside the ring, he's still low-key. No trash talk, no drama, just luxury cars and Tokyo streets, designer drip with samurai discipline, and a fan base growing across continents. So, before we break down the rise, the ruthlessness, and the raw talent of Junto Nakatani, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell. Because when this man fights, it's not loud. It's lethal. Born on January 2nd, 1998, in Japan, Junto Nakatani didn't just arrive in the boxing world. He stormed into it like a quiet storm no one saw coming, until it was too late. And years later, that name would echo through arenas across the world. Not for trash talk or theatrics, but for the silence he brings to his opponents when the final bell never comes. He rose through the ranks like mist creeping under a door, unnoticed at first, until it was far too late. Towering over most in the lower weight classes, his long reach, surgical timing, and crushing power made him a walking nightmare. But it wasn't just the knockouts that set him apart. It was the way he dismantled opponents with cold precision, round after round, like a master painter layering strokes until the canvas told only his story. In 2020, he made his first bold statement, an 8th-round demolition of Jamil Magramo that crowned him WBO flyweight champion. It was clinical, unforgiving, and only the beginning. 3 years later, he moved up, faced bigger threats, and captured the junior bantamweight crown. Still undefeated, still evolving. By 2025, Nakatani wasn't chasing greatness, he was defining it. The WBC, IBF, and Ring Magazine bantamweight titles didn't just belong to him. They followed him, like fate catching up to someone born for this. And through it all, he remained untouched by the noise. With 31 wins, 24 knockouts, and a record without a blemish, he's a puzzle no one has solved. Maloney, Acosta, Malindo, big names, all broken. Backed by Puma and Red Bull. His net worth as of 2025 has climbed past $4 million. But his true value isn't counted in dollars. It's in the fear he carries in every ring he steps into. The storm hasn't passed. It's only grown stronger. But where did it all begin? Before the bright lights and championship belts. Junto Nakatani was just a quiet, long-limbed kid from Inoue, learning the art of war in silence. He didn't come from a legacy gym or a family of fighters. What he had was hunger and a pair of fists that told the world he didn't need a loud mouth to make noise. As an amateur, he was raw, unpolished. But even then, he had the intangible, that eerie calm in the chaos, like a surgeon learning to operate in the middle of a storm. At 17, he turned pro. No grand ceremony, no bold predictions. Just a first-round demolition of Junichi Itoga in April 2015 that sent a clear message. This wasn't a boy stepping into a man's world. This was a problem stepping into a division that didn't see it coming. Fight after fight, he kept building momentum in the shadows. 9 wins, 9 lessons, each more vicious than the last. His early battles in Japan's youth tournament weren't just victories, they were warnings. Whether it was a second-round finish of Adiwit Minyafo or a 6th-round shutdown of Seigo Yuri Akui in the finals, Nakatani wasn't just winning. He was dissecting. Calmly, coldly, like a blade in still water. By 2019, he wasn't just a name on the flyweight radar. He was the radar. He captured the Japanese flyweight title with a punishing 9th-round finish over Naoki Mochizuki, then immediately made it clear he wasn't sticking around to polish local trophies. The belt was vacated, and the hunt for global dominance began. That October, he walked through Milan Malindo, a former world champion, with the confidence of someone who had been here before. The sixth-round TKO was more than a win. It was a statement. But the world didn't fully take notice until November 2020. Originally delayed multiple times due to the pandemic, his showdown with Jamil Magramo for the vacant WBO flyweight title finally went down in Tokyo. What happened wasn't a fight. It was a masterclass. Nakatani picked Magramo apart like he'd spent years studying his every flaw. The eighth-round stoppage wasn't shocking. It was inevitable. With a world title now around his waist, the next chapter began. In 2021, he made his U.S. debut in Tucson, Arizona, against the heavy-handed Angel Acosta. They said Nakatani would finally be tested. Instead, he broke Acosta's nose in the first round and forced a stoppage by the fourth. It wasn't just dominance, it was dominance on foreign soil. By 2022, he was defending his crown on the undercard of Golovkin Murata mega fight, stopping Ryota Yamauchi in 8 flawless rounds. But he had already grown too big, literally and metaphorically, for the flyweight division. He gave up the belt, moved up to super flyweight, and immediately set his sights on Francisco Rodriguez Jr. A few extra pounds didn't slow him down. He boxed with poise, precision, and power, cruising to a unanimous decision that made it clear. New division, same predator. Then came the moment that sent shockwaves through the boxing world. May 2023, Las Vegas, MGM Grand. With a vacant WBO super flyweight title on the line, he faced Andrew Maloney, an experienced, rugged fighter not known for folding under pressure. But under his assault, Maloney crumbled. A knockdown in the second, another in the 11th, and then the 12th. A single, savage punch turned Maloney's lights out and crowned Nakatani a 2-division world champion. That punch didn't just end a fight. It won the Ring Magazine's Knockout of the Year. And yet, he wasn't done climbing. In September, he defended the new title against RG Cortez. 3 knockdowns, 0 questions, a dominant decision win. But there was still one mountain left. Bantamweight. February 2024. Nakatani challenged Alexandro Santiago for the WBC Bantamweight title. Bigger stakes, bigger risks. None of it mattered. He broke him in 6 rounds. The WBC belt was his. Then came the title defenses. Vincent Astrolabio stopped by a body shot in the first round. Pech Sor Chipitana crumbled in the 6th. David Cuellar knocked out in the 3rd. Each challenger more desperate, more aggressive. None of them lasted. The storm had become a Category 5. And now a new challenge looms. June 2025. Tokyo. A unification clash with the undefeated Ryosuke Nishida. 2 belts, 1 throne. By round 6, Nishida's right, I was shut tight from Nakatani's pinpoint punishment. The doctor took one look and called it. Just like that, the quiet storm had silenced another champion. He walked out of the Ariake Coliseum with the IBF belt draped over his WBC and the weight of the division on his shoulders. Now the question isn't whether Junto Nakatani can win. It's whether anyone down here can survive. But outside the roar of the arena, behind the crisp jabs and knockout headlines, who is Junto Nakatani when the gloves come off? The truth is, no one really knows. He walks through airports like a shadow, rarely chased by cameras, never caught in scandals. He doesn't flaunt his wealth or crave attention. Fame to him isn't the goal, it's a byproduct. While others post their every move, he remains a ghost, hiding in plain sight. No tabloid drama, no flashy entourage, just silence, and the occasional glint of a black AMG GT cutting through Tokyo's late-night streets. They say he lives in a sleek home tucked away from the noise of the city. It's quiet, functional, minimalist, like him. A private training space sits at its heart, a daily reminder that even luxury has to earn its keep. Inside, there's no chaos, no clutter, just the rhythm of discipline. When he's not training, he's either on the move or giving back, mentoring young fighters, showing them how to fight not just with their fists, but with their focus. He enjoys simple pleasures. A good bowl of ramen, a solitary drive, a trip to Okinawa with no press following. Even in leisure, Nakatani moves with intent. No wife, no children, just the ring, and the future it still owes him. But how long can one man live in the eye of the storm? Because after Tokyo, what comes next for the quiet samurai of boxing? Before you go, don't miss out on exclusive perks. Click the link in the description to become a channel member and enjoy awesome benefits, like suggesting future video topics, getting early access to new content 48 hours before anyone else, and much more. Your support means the world and helps us keep bringing you the stories you love. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more amazing content. And while you're here, why not check out our deep dive into Daniel Dubois' video? Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.